Let's see if it works now. This is just taking the fucking piss. It's getting on my nerves. Getting on my absolute nerves now. I think we're out. It's lights out, away we go here. Trying to figure out all the stream stuff, and it's sort of caused me to miss the start of the race. There we go, we got the noise back. It looks like BR4's got himself up in a second. Baraka in first, still off the first couple of corners. The front's clear divide in the packs. As we head down towards turn 4, Bloodwave up in the third, got past Daxi relatively quickly. Yeah, it said that the stream would... Oh, I hate YouTube. Hate YouTube. Here comes Mildy there against Steger. Steger on the inside now, trying to get something to stick. We'll see if he can actually get something to stick here. He's going to switch to the inside. Now to the inside he goes against Mildy. And Mildy is still going to have a better exit. And still good enough here to actually hold on. Right, heading up the road now. Mitchell goes on the outside of Jamie. One Alfa Romeo versus a Ferrari. That looked a little bit deep there from Mitchell. And Mitchell up into 8th now as well. Skilsey starting from the back. BR4 versus Bloodwave going into second. We're actually getting a stream up. Apparently it was going for about 30 seconds. I didn't realize it had dropped. Yeah, Baraka currently has the lead of the race up until Bloodwave on the soft tyres takes that away from him. Bear in mind, Bloodwave is in the championship lead, 12 points separate first and second in the championship order, and it's about to be 17 if this ends as it is right now. It looks like we're continuing through. Not really an awful lot going on. Just cars following on from each other through the entirety of the... Just following on from each other right now, Mildy being the bottleneck at the moment. 1.2 seconds further back from Stell. So we've got the top 5 that are close to each other, then Mildy, and then the rest of the chasing pack after that point. See if Mildy can try and fashion a way back onto the back of Stell. It isn't looking likely as we go further along. He's just lost the DRS the entire way through. Bloodwave has the soft tyres, obviously, but they won't last anywhere near as long as the hard tyres on Baraka's car. Everything's about to unfold really interestingly. It looks like just getting a bit of... We're just getting cars that are following each other at the moment. It doesn't look like we're getting a lot of anything. Oh, we might be getting something now. Here comes Mitchell and Steger as Mitchell goes down the inside into the middle of the second sector, and it's a pretty nice run there from the Ferrari to get past that Mercedes. It looked like we've also got a penalty. Must have missed that. About 3 seconds. I think there's a 3-second time penalty there for Jamie. It looks like everyone's just starting to roll their way through at the moment. Here comes Baraka and Bloodway for the lead of the race. Baraka's got a line, but he's also got very deep into turn 1. And Mini turns it out of the session, and that's going to bring out the safety car. It looks like we're going to be waiting under the safety car now. It could be very interesting from here. I don't know what the strategy is going to be. It's just Bloodwade's on soft for now. Did he go to pit? He is not going to pit, but it looked like Bloodwade BR4 did jump in. They're almost into the back of him straight away there. They're showing to the pits now as well. It looks like half the grid is actually pitting. There's a lot of people getting really close to each other down in trying to accordion themselves into the pits. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing here. Maybe trying to position himself to avoid the double stack. Yeah, so we have about 5 or 6 people that stayed out. We got a few cars already parked up behind the safety car here. So, Baraka stays out, Bloodwave stays out. The 2 championship leaders stay out on the track right now. Then we've got Daxi and Mildy, both the AlphaTauris also staying out. One on the mediums, one on the hards at this point in time. Big turns the other of the front 5 that did stay out, and he's on medium tires as well. Everyone else went into the pits. Medium tires for both BR4, Stell, Steger, Benny, and Jamie. Everyone else onto the hard tires. The hard tires definitely but the hard tire definitely in a position to into a position to actually go the entire race now. From under the safety car. So there's no pit stops necessary for the back 3, Mitchell, at the very least. Right, everyone's starting to catch back up to the back of the safety car. into the back of the safety car now. We're just going to get probably going at the end of this lap, actually, giving everyone a chance to set themselves up. 5 laps for both Baraka and Bloodwave on the tyres. No pit stop here. Alright, it should be safety car in this lap. I would be very surprised if it isn't safety car in this lap. As it stands, we're going to cut down the lead to 5 points, and yeah, it is safety car in this lap. So, Baraka's going to be the one that leads us in. We're going to go on that Red Bull go. 5 guys have made the call not to go in on this pit stop. And he's gone. Right, so Baraka, has gone early. Is he going to be able to catch Bloodwave sleeping just a little bit? Maybe he's gone too early. It's allowed Bloodwave a little bit of a run here on the soft tyres. He's definitely getting a lot closer as they head down the straight, down towards turn 1. Baraka is trying to break the toe, and now they're going to go side by side. Bloodwave on the outside, Baraka on the inside, and Bloodwave is going to have a much better run. Down through 2. And into through 3 as well. Now he's going to try and do the same thing. Break the toe to Baraka and does it a little bit more successfully given the fact that he's on soft tyres. BR4 and Big Turns are going at each other as they head round turn 4. It looks like BR4 has been able to get himself in front. And down the inside, in comes Stell. Can he get it to the inside here of A? He will. It's a pretty nice run there from the Alpine, gets himself in front. Mitchell's the next one on the list to try and overtake Big Turns. A little bit of a tap as they go through the hairpin here. Turn 9 and 10. And now we get to watch, I think that's Mills in BR4, try and battle it out up the hill. It's very clear that the fresher tyres are now kicking. The fresher tyres are helping BR4 significantly at the start of this safety car restart. BR4 now on the inside of Mildy. Unfortunately for BR4, he's not really been able to capitalize. He might be an option for Stell here. It will be an option for Stell to go the outside route and get past Mildy and BR4. What the hell have I just witnessed? Baraka, is that Baraka and Bloodwave? That is Baraka and Bloodwave. There's part that McLaren come off. Wow! And the championship rivals have come together. We've got a Ferrari facing the wrong way now. It's just absolute carnage. What is going on at the safety car restart here? Both Bloodwave and Baraka have come together by the looks of things, or have span in some capacity. Mitchell's gone too. And that just leaves Daxi and Stell in comfortable positions now. Bearing in mind, Baraka and Bloodwave still have to pit. Yellow flag in sector 2 is Mercedes, so Saeed has had a bit of an issue. Got Baraka and Bloodwave fighting it out. Bloodwave has damage to that front wing. And Saeed is out of the race, and that's another safety car. Well, I guess everyone's going to get bunched back up again, and those who didn't pit the first time are definitely going to pit this time. Mini turns out the first safety car. Saeed bringing out the second one. In comes Baraka. In comes Bloodwave. Wow. And now we got to wait for people to just get back onto the back of this safety car. That's absolutely, that's just an incredible couple of laps that just transpired. I don't even know what happened to Ferrari or Baraka or Bloodway for that matter. It definitely looked like they came together coming through the final corner though. It's very suspicious for both the leaders to be facing the wrong way. Wow, I don't have any words to say. I don't even know what I've just witnessed. Very few times that I am speechless, but this is definitely one of them. Baraka and Bloodwave came together. Mitchell was the wrong way. Probably none of the championship leaders won anything to do with this one. Not entirely sure what's going on here. I think Mitchell's just giving the place back to Milty, trying to not overtake him under the safety car. We've got another lap to go. Half the grid again. Half the grid on the laps they were on beforehand in the first safety car, and half the grid have gone on to new safety car and new tyres here in the race, and it's trying to figure out. Alright, I guess we're getting ready to go again. We're gonna get these, we're gonna get started again, pretty much. Alright, so Stealth's going to be the one that leads it in, and Stealth's gone, and I think he may have caught BR4, just lacking a little bit there, going into the final corner. He has. BR4 starting to catch up now, but it's 0.6 of a second that split the two. Benny, 0.7 of a second further back, and it just definitely sleeping at the Haas that decided to lower down the home straight here at turn 1. Down towards turn 1. I'm not entirely sure which Haas that was. It probably would be a good idea to stay in a straight line. It looks like Daxi and Skeldy are going at it. Here into turn 1. The Ferrari on the inside should be able to get a good exit, but not as good of an exit as that AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri is just going to breeze on by, staying up into 7th place. Fresh tyres as well. Onto the hard tyres is for Daxi. Same for Big Turn, the Bloodwave. Mitchell on new hard tyres as well. Baraka and Mildy onto mediums. Everyone obviously within overtaking range now. This is a safety car restart. Skelty is dropping off quite significantly, so is Jamie. I think Benny is tailed off on the front too. That is actually the case. Benny has been tailed off on the front too. He's outside of DRS range. Same for Skelty on there's a lot of people now. 3 or 4 guys that have dropped out of DRS range. Daxi is actually really close in order to try and make a move. Here happen on P Shadow. Daxi, the leader, well, the front of the guys that haven't that pitted the most recent. He's gonna have a good run down the inside here on P Shadow. He should be able to make this stick, and he will without much of an issue. Definitely gets that to stick. Up in the 6th goes Daxi, and that's Jamie, the next one in line. And I think Bloodwave is about to go by, if not already gone by, on Skeldy. Yeah, that is the case. Daxi on Jamie now on the inside. Jamie's still on the inside, but there's no way he's getting a better exit being that far, that narrow to the line. And that's Daxi up to 5th as well. He's just charging his way through right now. Bear in mind, no one has to pit now. Mitchell gets past Mildy, albeit Mitchell does have 3 seconds at the back of the grid there. The 7-lap all medium definitely going to get helped toward the end there by the 2nd safety car. Baraka and Mildy are going at it now. We'll actually have a look at this. These two side by side through 8. Now they go down towards 9. And then the final corner, not the final corner, sorry, the hairpin at turn 10 here. And it doesn't look like Baraka was able to hold himself enough alongside to try and make it stick. And as a result, he's just going to have to hang behind him just a little bit longer. Bloodwave also trying to get really close to the back of P Shadow here. Daxi's got within a second of Steger. Benny also back within a second of the 2 cars in front of him. So we've now got a train all the way down to Jamie in 6th. Well, not including Jamie in 6th. Even with or without his penalty, Big Turns going past Skeldy. Skeldy just plummeting like a rock right now. Mitchell, the next guy in the line. DRS has now been enabled. And that's just going to be a simple move there by the Ferraris. Get Mitchell back in, get Mitchell in front of Skeldy and possibly have a chance at Big Turns here. And he had the inside look here, Big Turns, and you're going to get Big Turns 2 for 1 straight. Gets it done fairly easily there. Jamie's lost out a couple of positions. Bloodwave's going for another one. The P Shadow directly in front of him. He's going to look to the inside now as we head into the middle sector. This is dangerous to do too wide, and Bloodwave realizes that and backs all the way out of it. He keeps looking to the inside of P Shadow at every opportunity. Baraka's got past Mildy properly now, and I think there's a bit of a problem. I can't tell whether that was between Baraka and Skeldy or not. They're the 2 that have dropped to the back again. Baraka waiting up for Skeldy in this race. Shouldn't be too difficult for Baraka to just breeze by Skeldy here. Actually, maybe it will. He's got no front wing, and there's a safety car coming out again. What for? Is it really the no wing of Baraka? Oh, that's not good. Jamie right into the back of P Shadow. He was off the track. I don't know if Mitchell will have to give that back. Baraka's got drive through for speeding under the safety car. Mitchell actually overtaking Jamie as a whole there in the end. And is everyone going in again? Mitchell staying out. Jamie staying out. As those 2 will now lead the race from here. Baraka gets 5 for speeding in the pit lane as well. What the hell is going on? Absolute carnage in this one so far. I don't know why the safety cars come out. It didn't look like it was entirely necessary. What the hell is going on here with Jamie? They're just leading up through the safety cars now then. Absolute calamity in the start of this race. We're now halfway through, 3 safety cars in. Should be another lap before we get going with the safety cars here. It'll be Mitchell that leads the way from Jamie, Stell in third. Stell on fresh mediums, BR4 on fresh mediums, Benny on fresh mediums too. Yeah, we're going to have to wait one more lap, I think, before the safety car does come in, and that is the case. Jamie's staying out. Actually, no, Jamie's not staying out. Jamie's going to pit. That's an interesting choice of time to pit. He's actually out. Jamie's out the session entirely. Baraka's coming to the pits as well. Well then, everything just continuing on as they, Jamie just retired from second, which is significantly more interesting. Well, I guess we're waiting now for Baraka to get onto the back of this safety car so he can go again. It's absolute carnage in this one. And there we go, safety car in this lap. So we're now looking at getting going again here on lap 15. Mitchell probably hoping he'd have a buffer to Stell. He doesn't have that buffer this time. He's on hard tyres. About 14 laps left to go. See where he chooses to go. Alright then. Figure they're just getting round to the final corner now. It's a case of when Mitchell's choosing to just start off down towards turn 1. Making everyone wait. Still making everyone wait. I think he's gone now. He's gone pretty much as late as he humanly could. He's got a decent... Well, he's got a small amount of a gap. He should have enough of a gap going down towards turn 1. BR4 against Stell here. BR4 on the inside. On the outside, sorry. And then to the inside was Stell. It's going to be BR4's corner there as he goes into goes up to second place. Steger also ahead of Daxi. A little bit of a launch there for Daxi with his car on the inside, getting a bit too much curb. Mitchell had the 3-second time penalty at the moment as well, so we'll figure out how that's going to come into play as we go on. Baraka currently in 12th, has a penalty for basically everything at this point. He's currently driving against big turns, and that looked like a little bit of contact as they head down towards turn 9 now, but he has got the place on big turns. It's Scaldy, the next car up. Oh, and he's been collected by big turns there, but literally dragged through the corner. That was rather aggressive. Needlessly aggressive there from big turns. As Baraka is starting to trying to recuperate what he's done so far. Bloodwave is in 6th. It really hasn't been a good race at all from the two at the top of the championship. Benny now going after P Shadow. And Bloodwave trying to get himself involved on the top 5. Definitely going to have a break to change in the lead now as BR4 has a run here against Mitchell. Did he have enough in terms of wings to keep himself in front? He got a little bit late on the brakes compared to that Ferrari. The Ferrari's still there. It won't be much longer. As BR4 now takes the lead of the race. We've also got Bloodwave ahead of Daxi in the background there. Mitchell defending against Stell. Gets it done, gets the defense done pretty well. Stays in 2nd for now. Bloodwave going after Stego. We've got a lot closer from 4th back now. As the front 3 just starting to break away just a tad. And it looks like Benny is just about avoiding getting clobbered in the background there. Millsy and Shadow side by side through 9. Are they going to get together through 10? Shadow's still there. Shadow's still got the inside line and doing a pretty good job of it. It looks like Millsy, however, with a little bit of contact, maybe not aware of where Shadow is, trying to get himself back on the racing line. But enough to make sure he gets the move done regardless. Stell 1.5 seconds behind Mitchell, behind BR4 now, sorry. As BR4 is the one that's got himself in the distance. Bloodwave is going after Steger. Bloodwave is going after Steger pretty well, and Bloodwave just starting to make his way back through the grid. Probably hoping another safety car doesn't come at this point. DRS has been enabled. Mitchell's got the outside line here against Stell. And it's not going to turn into an awful lot because the tyre compound, also fresher tyres as well, helping Stell to defend, but won't be for much longer as they head down towards 4, and Mitchell using the DRS just to make easy work of that. Steger, Bloodwave, and Daxi, I think that is. That's a freeway. They go down through turn 4, and somehow Bloodwave comes out of that in the lead of this little triplet. Millsy and Benny Bono going at it. Millsy gets past Benny. Benny's going to look back to the inside here against that AlphaTauri, but it isn't going to stick. Scaldy after that. Baraka 18 seconds off the pack. 11 laps. Let's see if he can make some of that up. Daxi gets past Steger. Steger's just starting to drop down a little bit. BR4 has a very, very comfortable lead now. Looks like everyone in the midfield here still within DRS range. Mitchell well off the pace of BR4, also with a penalty as well, so BR4 has about a 2.5 second gap at this point. Which I don't think that's a gap, and there's going to be I don't think that's a surmountable gap by this point. Here comes Stell on the inside against Mitchell. Mitchell still hanging in there, still there, much like he was trying to do against BR4. And pretty much the exact same outcome results. And there goes Bloodwave as well, as Bloodwave looks to try and push himself toward the front. But Mitchell's going to have a good run at this again, and Bloodwave does just about enough on the exit to hang in there. That third safety car changed everything entirely. Millsy and Steger come together there. And Millsy gets by, but I don't think it was entirely clean. There's definitely some contact there on the way through with Steger. It cost Steger a couple of positions as well. Down the AP goes. Looks like Daxi against Mitchell up the hill as well now. Oh, and Daxi's been turned around! Daxi's been turned around in sector 2, and he's dropped all the way to the back now outside of Baraka, and possibly Big Turns as well, who's also going to try and get himself involved in this. Wow. Collision there between Mitchell and Daxi is just absolute calamity in this one. Here comes Daxi to the inside of Shadow. Millsy got past Mitchell as well. Daxi's got a good run. Daxi's going to have the position momentarily and gets fully past Shadow at the exit of the final corner. Mitchell and Millsy. And you've got Benny behind those two. Benny is actually not behind them anymore, and on the long side, they're going to go 3 wide into turn 1, which is never usually the smartest idea. Benny broke late, impacted Mitchell, and almost had them both driving off the track there. And it looks like one of the AlphaTauris is also having a bit of a mare in the background. I think that was Daxi. Mildy somehow survived the melee in the foreground, and they're not going to be surviving any melee this time. How are they not out of this race? That was Shadow and Scalesy. How are they not out? They've both lost front wings. There's nothing there. How are they not out of this race? That was a pretty heavy shunt. As we're on safety car number 4. Wow. Absolute carnage. And well, any gap that BR4 had actually accrued up to this point is just disappearing very quickly there. Yeah, there's absolute carnage. Dell's now into the pits. I think everyone else is trying to follow him. I think Mitchell's trying to do I think it's a battle in China as he's trying to get himself past Benny Bunno into the pit lane there. It's not going to work. But BR4 and Bloodway stay out. So that's going to be relatively interesting. Benny will get back out in front of Mitchell. So a few interesting decisions here. Safety car being on the medium tire of the safety car now is an incredible detriment. The soft tires will absolutely blow by you given the chance now. And it's not going to be enough time for them to get back down to the pit lane here. Bloodwave and BR4 to pit off those medium tires, so they're going to be sitting ducks, I think. The good news for Bloodwave is, though, that his championship rival is in 12th. Not really. Had a lot in this race whatsoever. Now has to try to drive his way through the field in about 8 laps. Looks like Stell managed to catch up. Yep, and that means that those two at the front are either going to sacrifice a bunch of positions by pitting or take the medicine that they come through, as everyone will inevitably come through the field on them here. You can see in the background the rest of the cars starting to pile into the picture. Definitely going one more at the very least under this safety car, so we'll get going again on lap 23. And it looks like the two at the front are just going to sit here, sit in tight and try and take their medicine. I would not be at all surprised if Stell ends up winning this race from here. Alright, so BR4 and Bloodwave both on the medium tyres. That's certainly not a good position to be in this scenario. That's a certain. You got all the soft tyre runners behind. Baraka's going to join the club momentarily, so I think we might be able to get in on this lap. We'll wait and see. Yeah, we are going to get the safety car, so Baraka did get onto the back in time. There's a lot of problems that are about to come BR4 and Bloodwave's way. They're on 8-lap-old medium tyres. Every other person is going to be on fresh softs with about 7 laps to go. This is going to be potentially hell for those guys in the last few laps here. Absolute carnage, and here we go again. BR4 goes off underway, and it looks like Stell was caught very much sleeping. I'm not entirely sure what Stell's been doing on this safety car restop. It's over. We're up to about a second. In the beginning of this, in the beginning of the restart here, as Mildy got alongside him, I think Stell's managed to hang on. And yeah, Stell has managed to hang on, and he has to kick forward now. He has to use this momentum to get towards Bloodwave and BR4, because those guys are in an awful position here given their tyres. Half a second split those two, and then Stell should be able to make mincemeat out of these two here. This is absolutely Stell's race to lose with about 6 or 7 laps to go. He goes to the inside now, and Bloodwave down in 9 and gets it done well before the hairpin in 10. And well, as I said before, sitting duck. It's just going to be a case of how many people can overtake this McLaren at this point, and probably the Alfa Romeo for that measure as well. Baraka already up 1 position, up to 11th. Points possible for him. That's a very scary looking Ferrari in the background. That's having a bit of a meltdown on the way through. Here comes Benny to the inside against Mildy. Not really making much of it. Steger also trying to get himself involved. Here comes Mildy, trying to be overtaken by Benny again. As they're trying to give his teammates trying to give Bloodwave just a little bit of help. It looks like they're just starting to pull the gap in now, and it's everyone and anyone just diving on everyone. And there's another couple of cars that have come together in the background there, and there goes Benny off the track trying to get around the outside of Mildy. Oh my God, I don't know who's the 2 cars that got involved there. Either way, there's a move happening. Mildy's got a bit out of sorts, and that'll mean Benny will go by, and so will Mitchell, as those two both go to try and charge down the rest of the pack now. Here comes Daxi on the inside of Mildy, as Mildy is also acting like a dropping stone. Here comes Steger on the outside of 9. Baraka is the next car up. Mildy won't stand too much of a chance here. And Baraka almost able to hang around the outside there, but in the turn, just bouncing off the back of that AlphaTauri. Stell has the lead of the race by a comfortable margin now, as Daxi and Steger are going at it, and there goes Baraka on Mildy. And all of a sudden, all the points that Bloodwave 4 was gaining on Baraka, they're all disappearing over one horrible strategy call. And here comes Baraka again. Baraka's going to get the points off of Daxi and Mitchell as well, because of the penalties. DRS is now enabled on this lap. We're on lap 25 of 29. Surprisingly, not as many people as I thought had overtaken Bloodwave at this point in time. But at the same time, he also had the benefit of a teammate directly in front of him. Baraka up 2. Baraka's got a bit deep, got a bit squirrely on the exit. Will Daxi take advantage again? Not too good there. Going through turn 3, it's impossible to tell. Oh no, it's a bit of lag or a bit of collision. We're not entirely sure, and Benny and Mitchell got 3 more. Mitchell has 3 more. Contact with Betty there. Sent him just a little bit wide. I'm trying to get past the McLaren teammate because the McLaren teammate is holding up quite expertly for his for Bloodwave right now. Benny doing the job of what you saw Sergio Perez do in Abu Dhabi and all those years ago, and it's just absolute. He's just holding everything here, and Bloodwave is going to have to buy him a beer or two after this one. Racker up in the 6 as well. Oh, there goes Benny and Mitchell. They're both round. And the carnage continues. And that will open up Bloodwave to Baraka with about 4 laps to go. Oh, no, Bloodwave screwed. As Bloodwave now gets past BR4 and had to do that. The move is desperation, if nothing else. Here comes BR4 back to fight it back and gets back up into second. Stell's going to win this race without mistake. Bloodwave and BR4 are battling it out now into the middle sector, and that's going to be the Alfa Romeo's position there. BR4 not wanting to be beside Baraka, and neither does Bloodwave, as Baraka is definitely closing that gap. Benny and Mitchell, the two that are not getting points after that collision. Bloodwave's gone deep! Bloodwave's gone very deep, and that will allow the championship rival to go on through. And that is 3 points gained. It's 9 currently in this championship. I don't know who's got the fastest lap, so I won't be able to say if I think it might be Stell. Yeah, it is Stell with the fastest lap right now. So the point is not going to get divided there. So the championship is now 9 points as it stands between Baraka and Bloodwave. Bloodwave is going to be praying that BR4 can do him a number here, but he definitely won't be able to. This is just a case of if, when, not if, for Baraka here, and he's going to use the DRS to do it very, very quickly down the straight, and up into second place goes the Red Bull somehow, after being literally nowhere the entire race, and Mildy's out the session entirely. That'll be point for Benny. BR4 currently getting 15 on the day. It's not enough to outscore Benny and Bloodwave. Oh, Benny getting 3 seconds worth of penalties, but it's a mute point because he's not really anywhere near penalty range. Bloodwave is going to be hoping that he can get the position on BR4 here, because he can't afford this to be less than the gap between first and the second in a race, because at that point it's essentially, well, he won't be the favourite going on Australia next week if that's the case. They're still going through. BR4 1.6 seconds behind Baraka now. Baraka trying to head in the direction of Stell. They won't have enough time to do so. Not even Baraka that quick. Daxi possibly might be able to make a move stickier against Bloodwave if Bloodwave doesn't attack BR4 and Steger as well. Daxi does have a 3 second time penalty. He will drop behind Bloodwave, Steger, and whoever else he overtakes regardless. Bloodwave now looking to the outside of that Alfa Romeo. Isn't going to stick around anything here. Daxi still trying to get himself involved. Will have DRS, but so will Bloodwave. As we now head down toward the so on the penultimate lap, down toward turn 4. The soft runners not really getting anything here against Bloodwave and BR4. Absolute carnage in this one. All unfolded when Bloodwave and Baraka came together I think they came together earlier on. Mitchell was then facing the wrong way in the following corner. And it really hasn't stopped from that point. We've had 3 different safety cards. I think it was actually 4 safety cards because the front wing came off a couple of times. Yellow flag for the Ferrari at the back. And that's Mitchell causing the, having a yellow flag there. Still got a 4-way fight for 3rd place in this race. We're about to head into the last lap of the race of the whole. Still in complete control. Doesn't really have any way of losing this without a mistake on his own accord. We've got a yellow flag here, and it's Mitchell again, heading through sector 2. And here comes Bloodwave down the inside of BR4. Can he get it to work? He will. Maybe Daxi might be able to stick something here as well. Nope, not down through turn 2. Steger has a bit of a nightmare, and that will open up the door once again. Here comes Blade BR4 down toward turn 4. Will he get it on the outside? Yes, he will. But he'll have it for the moment at the very least. And here comes Daxi as well. And Daxi is going to be able to try and move, but he isn't going to make it stick. Mitchell is out of the session, which means we're down to 10. Everyone will score points. And these two on the medium tires have somehow survived the worst of it. Yeah, yellow flag. Yeah, it's just Mitchell's car caught in them. It won't matter anyway because we're now on the final lap of this race. Gildy and Benny Bunner going at it. Again, that won't matter either because Benny's got penalties that will put him back to 10th regardless of where he ends. There isn't going to be much of a fight back here, I don't think. BR4 should be able to hold this one out, which means we're going to go to the front because we're on lap 29 of 29, and there's the checkered flag. As Stell is going to take advantage to win this race. Baraka is going to end second, closes the gap here to Bloodwave by a significant margin. BR4 on the bottom step of the podium, Bloodwave in 4th, Steger gets 5th, Daxi in 6th, Big Turns gets 7th, Shadow gets 8th, Skelder gets 9th, and then Benny gets 10th. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Also in the process that McLaren have become Constructors champions here because BR4 did not outscore Bloodwave by 7 points. Never mind Bloodwave and Benny. There you go. It was 15 to 13, so that's only 2. That means it's 49 points going into the final day of the season. That's not a catchable amount. So I'm 90% sure that the championship goes to McLaren here for the Constructors. We'll go to the final week of the season here, though, for drivers here in Tier 1 around Bahrain. That's your final result. There you go. That is everything we have for you today. I'll see you guys next Sunday.